big. What up, Chance? Shout out to my bro Ray Knight on here as well.
That's big.
We got what up, Jamaica? Y'all shout out Jamaica.
Yep.
Narat, what's good? Okay, we just want to make sure you know.
Wow, that's awesome, guys.
Want to see you.
So awesome.
Okay, so do we want to get into these questions? Everybody, you all can hear us fine. All the connections are fine. Nothing crazy.
France. Sorry, I just got that pop up. 2 a.m. in France. Shout out to you, 2 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Wow. I mean, you know, you was gonna be up anyway, but. Okay, so if you guys can hear us and see us all well, then we will get into these questions. All right, who wants to take the first one? Who wants to read the first one? Or y'all want me to do it?
You do it.
All right, I'm gonna pick a random. Okay, what's our list of 10-year goals?
To get out the house now.
To survive the quarantine.
To survive the quarantine.
Okay. So, 10-year goal, I mean, you know, I didn't even think about the 10-year goal until we had entered into a new decade. And I was like, oh, snap. That's a whole... Okay. So, I think, besides living to the fullest that I can and being me authentically, I really do want to travel to, like, a few more countries. And not just like touristy stuff, but like go in and see the life and the lifestyle and all. So I would love to, just do that, is just travel. It's always been a one thing that I want to do, and hopefully I get to do it, is I want to live in Spain. So hopefully I stop being a punk and make that thing happen within this next 10 years.
So I'm looking, so Just the Sound is lit. This we know. Y'all saying me and Vaughn are a little low. Huh? How can we get our sound louder, Vaughn?
I don't know. My sound's all the way up, so I'll yell. I don't know.
Yeah, mine is too. Do y'all need me to yell? That's what y'all want? We can yell. Can you hear us? If you talk this loud?
I got loud. I'm loud.
You're like, no problem.
We were trying to put on our professional work voices. But if y'all want loud... You'll be loud. So, anywho. Alright, Vaughn, so then you can go. What's your 10-year? One of your 10-year goals? A few of your 10-year goals?
A few of my 10-year goals. One of them is to travel. I want to go all over Africa. I've been to Uganda 3 times. I've been to Kenya, but I really want to hit every piece of Africa. One of my girlfriends actually lives in South Africa right now. Like her and her son just upped and bounced. She was like, we out. So I got somewhere to go. That's one of my many things. I love to travel. I think I'm answering another question, but I would absolutely love to, I did my ancestry, and my people come from Nigeria and the whole, west side of the continent. So I would love to actually go and see exactly where. And then my brothers grew up in Ghana, so, and my little sister, like their mother's Ghanaian, so I want to go see where my brothers like lived. My sister grew up and stuff, so that's on my list. On your list. And I have a husband, so like my friend Kamara says, tag my husband. She be saying that on her lives. Tag my husband, y'all.
Someone asked how many countries have we been to.
I think that was specifically for you, because let me tell you something. Jess is well traveled, okay? That passport is full. Okay?
I was thinking about it today. I was like, how many countries have I been to? And I was like, oh, you know what it is that Europe is so huge. And there's so many different countries in it that I forget. Like, oh yeah, we're still on the continent of Europe. How about this? I want to go to a new continent now. But let's just say, I don't want to count. So let's just say 10 countries maybe.
I think I've been to 3.
Yeah. So,
3?
Canada,
4.
Canada, Mexico,
Yeah,
Australia, the Polynesian,
Thailand. Right.
Thailand, then Denmark, Lithuania, Germany,
I have it on my calendar.
Netherlands, yeah,
Okay, where is she at this week?
Latvia, Russia.
Bora Bora. Don't forget Bora Bora.
Oh, yeah, that's in the French Polynesians, and then Macedonia. I went to Macedonia, so I think that's it. I think that's it.
I think I've been to 5. That's Mexico, Canada, France.
Oh, Spain.
Spain,
London. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I've been everywhere. I'm trying to
You've
tell
been everywhere. I'm trying to get on that level.
You know what? Praise God, man. That was a good job.
Jesse Pam said which one was your
Oh,
favorite?
and Jamaica and Belize. Yo, how I freaking Belize?
Oh, that's your home, girl.
That's my home. Yeah. Out of all of them, my favorite is hands down where I will recommend anyone go is to go to Spain. There's a lot of art, a lot of culture there. The nightlife is lit. The food is great. They eat late there too. Like dinner at 10 p.m. is no big deal, which I love. Okay, Vaughn, we love that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend everyone go to Spain. I was in Barcelona. I went to Ibiza too. Ibiza's like cool, but Barcelona is where it's at. And Denmark is really wonderful too. Really good people. They say it's like one of the happiest countries in the world, and they ain't lied. It's really beautiful there.
Let's see. For me, been to Mexico, been to Canada, been to Germany, been to London. And then the BZE, man, I love that. That's Belize. For those of y'all who don't know, that's our
home.
That's my home. Which I guess we can answer this question now since we kind of already did, but it's on here. If we could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Oh.
So I will definitely say Belize for sure. I haven't been to the continent, haven't been to the motherland yet, so I don't know. I haven't experienced it enough. I just feel like I would live there if I went, but I ain't been there yet. But thus far, I would say Belize. For me, I'm not gonna tell y'all where because I don't want y'all trying to find me if I'm on.
I want you to go buy up the land. I'm buying that.
Shout out to Trudy who's in here, by the way.
Hey.
Who has given us the full Belizean experience. But for me, my sort of like love affair with Belize, I went on a cruise, the whole little Caribbean cruise situation. And I think we docked in Belize and we were there for like a day. And I was like, I really like it here. I don't know about the vibe. And we were doing like very touristy things, okay? And then I just felt like, man, I'm going to end up coming back here at some point in my life. And then I met Trudy a few years later, who is a native Belizean. Shout out to all the Belizeans.
And Caribbeans. Y'all do that.
Come on, Caribbeans. Jamaica, if I don't shout that out, Ray's gonna kill me. Is Jamaican, which I have not been there yet. So, and I just felt like I was gonna end up going back there. And then Trudy was like, "Y'all trying to come on a trip or not?" And I was like, "Girl, yeah." And so she gave us that real native experience. And we went to go, to all the dope places, and she did a whole bunch of activities with us. And this is a really peaceful place. Like I always feel very like zen and relaxed while I'm there. It's just a beautiful spot. The water's bomb. The people are super friendly. The food is bomb. Okay. So,
yes,
and it's interesting to see how it's developed and like grown over time. So, what about y'all? Where y'all want to live and why? You can live anywhere else.
I don't think I've been to enough places yet to know where I want to live. I mean, if I had to choose a place, I love Europe. I loved being there. I love the food. I ate so much in France. Like, I ate bread every day. I ate bread and chicken when I used to eat. There was a restaurant called Le Soufflé, and we would go there, like, every day and get bread. And just bread, chicken, and mashed potatoes. No green, no side, no nothing. Uganda, the food, like, when I get there, too, they just feed us so well. I'm basing everything on food, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, you should.
But, like, the food, you just eat and eat and eat. And so I would have to be somewhere where the food was good, where I could get great veggie options, you know. But I don't know if I can actually choose a place because I need to travel a little more, because I feel like I've been to the same places multiple times. So I need to go outside. I've been to Mexico twice. I've been to France, Uganda, Kenya,
So nice.
Puerto Rico, but that's us, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh my God,
But it's bomb.
Puerto Rico, I could live there too. Oh my gosh, that. Oh Lord, it was so peaceful there. And Uganda is peaceful. Like as soon as I get off the plane in Uganda, it's like, I'm home. And then when you get to like, they're like, welcome home. I'm like,
Right. Hence to that
you know,
cheeky.
so it's just like, it's just so peaceful. I don't know. I have to travel a little more before I know where I want to actually settle.
Mm-hmm.
I know it'll be out of this country.
Listen.
Yeah, if you have time.
Ooh, Italy, yes, amazing. Well, hi, Rashawn.
What's up, Rashawn? I see you shouting out Italy. Y'all going there? Look at Devon. We out here. Tulum. Okay, Jamaica, I see you.
Oh yeah, Tulum. That was my 40th birthday. I was in Tulum eating everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's fabulous. Jess, what about you?
I already told y'all Spain is where it's at. I would probably live in Madrid. I haven't been there yet, but it's even more cost effective than Barcelona, and it's just as beautiful. I think if I was to go to Madrid, I would actually, they say the more inland or the more south you go in Spain, you have to learn Spanish. So that's nice, you know. So, and it's not Spanish, it's another dialect of Spanish or Latin that they speak. Not Latin, Spanish, whatever. I would have to learn the language, which is cool to me. So I definitely want to live in Spain. It's just beautiful. And every single person that I know that studied abroad over there, they're all like, I can go back. I can go back. I would love to go back. I would love to go back. And I was like, well, that's awesome that everyone says that. So I think Spain is definitely one. If not there, yeah, I haven't been to the motherland yet, but it would be somewhere in Africa, if not Spain. I will figure it out, but it'll be somewhere in Africa. Hello.
We trying to take the 85 to Africa. That's what we trying to do. We trying to take the 85 to Africa. We're gonna get there.
I didn't get a t-shirt at the concert.
Listen, can we just stop? Can we talk about this? I know this is not in the question. Okay. We decided to make this Jadena Day because that was the last concert that we went to in the world before. And as we try to make it through this quarantine season, we was like, we got to remember that night. It was such a special night. We have been plugging the 85 to Africa album, which is great. If you have not heard it, it's fantastic. And we went to Crab Queens. Shout out to Black-owned businesses in LA. Crab Queens. I think they're still open for takeout, but
Who's driving down here for takeout?
listen, right. You know, you just gotta get out. But shout out to Crab Queens. And then the concert was at the Belasco, so it was so well done. The production quality was fantastic. Jadena came through the crowd. We almost died. Chance, say something in the comments about the concert, because Chance was following Jadena heavily. We was like, girl, you about to get us kicked out this shit. But it was such a good time. So we just wanted to reminisce about that a little bit. It was a good time.
It was a really good time.
My Ugandan dashiki.
Come on, dashiki. So yeah.
Yeah, that concert. I look back and I have so many incredible photos of Jadena from that concert that I ain't never posted. I was like, I have got to get out of this. You guys, I'm not tooting my horn at all. I take some really good photos, some great videos. I don't never post them things. I'll be like, I guess because I criticize them, or critique them a little more. And so I think like, oh, it's not good. But
it's selfies. When you take a selfie right away, they never look good. But then when you go back like a few hours or a few days later, you're like, oh, this is a cute one.
No,
like,
for real.
Right, Rashawn? They were not. Y'all, we were in Uganda. And
y'all should have gone.
They wouldn't let us. They would not let us. We had the guys who were going to go with us. We were like, yo, we're going to be fine. Like, Cameron's going to go. Zach's going want to go? Zach been living here for 6 months. He knows the people. Melody lives here. And they were like, we don't feel like it's safe for you guys to go. We were like, but we got to see him and them other, like, and we were like little kids. We were not happy.
Oh,
So,
I see it.
our guy, Derek, he's the one that usually goes with us everywhere, but they were going somewhere else. And so, if he could have gone with us, but they were already planning like another outing where he had to go with the biggest group. So the 5 of us who wanted to go, we're like, well, why can't we just take Derek with us to the concert? Like, no.
Yeah, no.
That wouldn't happen.
because it was the 85th Africa tour, the dinner was about like unifying the diaspora. So he did a series, he did a whole, he actually released an album in Africa first, and then he did the tour here, and then he did the tour in Africa. So Vaughn was like mad excited. She was like, oh my God, I got to go. And she was like, and now he's going to be in Uganda. And she was on Uganda for her mission trip. So she was like, we going to go. But it's not, and we was gassing her up. Like, you should go. It's going to be so dope.
Cameron's, why we gotta ask? We grown. I'm like, because we're on a mission trip. And I was like, but the Lord, I prayed, and the Lord lined it up on our day off. Like, our only day off is his concert. Like, really? We can't go? So I was like, my only child syndrome was on 10. I went and got a foot massage. I was like, I'm gonna get a massage.
I'm gonna do something.
Release the stress that I can't go. Release my anger.
I can't go see my man.
I see y'all's comments in the comment section. Talk about I need to post. So I was gonna say I will post 2 of my favorites, photo or video from that concert. When we get off of this, I will post them today. Okay.
Post it. Post it.
Got me singing to my favorite song, like the rest of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Shot that in 4K.
We got a lot of great photos. We got a lot of great photos from that night. It was a good night. All right, let's see. What else? What is the biggest misconception about you?
Oh, somebody else take that one first.
Yeah. I think for me that I'm mean. I've heard people say that, like when they first encounter me. But it's because my facial expressions be so intense. I really have resting bee face. Like I really suffer from it very badly. And I'm always in thought. And so I think that people like think that I'm just mean when they first meet me. And I'm relatively standoffish. I could admit it. Like I just, that's probably just the vibe I put out. So I think people often think that. But then they get to know me. Like I literally remember 2 of my best friends from high school was like, we thought you were so mean when we first met you. And blah, blah. And I was like, nah, girl, I was just maybe guarded. Maybe guarded is the word. But I'm pretty cool, I think, once you get to know me. But I think that's a misconception. What about y'all?
That I'm stuck up.
Which is so far from the truth. so far from the truth.
But that's usually what people think. I'm like, sorry, not me.
Yeah. Or not that you're stuck up, that they think you bourgeoisie. That's what it is. Not even just stuck. They think you Gucci sheets.
Right.
Bourgeoisie.
I got worms in the compost on my porch right now, but I'm hoping don't get gnat infestation.
Flower child, a true flower child. It's so beautiful.
She's confused. She's like, I don't know where you came from. Where are you?
So the joke about Gucci sheets is that somebody saw a picture of Vaughn, like a selfie from her bed, and thought she had Gucci sheets. They were just printed.
I want to grab the thing, but no, we were on FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
I don't want y'all to see my pajama pants.
I love it. Keeping it real, sis. Oh, those are beautiful.
Martha Stewart.
That's not
I guess from far away, I could see.
No, that's not what that print was.
But you know who we talk about. So I was like, what? He was like, you got Gucci sheets? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like,
That's so
We've
nice.
already talked about this particular person on the podcast, probably episode
2.
2,
Two.
maybe 3. He came up a few times. So.
I was like, no, Martha Stewart from Macy's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Misconception of me is that I'm tougher.
Fine, you're right, Crystal.
Uh-huh. Ain't nothing wrong with being bougie.
Go ahead.
A lot of people agreed. They like that. Which is like taking care of yourself is what Jamaica just said. Yeah, that's real. Mine is that I'm tougher than what I look. I get it that I'm standoffish. I get it. Look. Come with it. Come straight. Come right. Come correct, you know? And people at work, I'll be trying to smile extra hard. But I'm like, I can't help it that you fearful. Okay. Hey. No, just like. But besides that, it's that I am tougher than what I actually am. I take some hits and I keep on, take some lickings and keep on ticking. But some of those hits definitely I feel, and people think I don't, but I do, and it, you know, I get a little emotional sometimes, and people just think I don't because how I carry myself. Jessica, your PM Williams said, did you answer that question about your 10 years? Yes, she did.
I probably didn't. Look at Pam bringing up Denzel and Katie Couric. She's trash. Anyway, 10 years. Here's the thing about me with plans, even though I understand that they're important. What is a 10-year plan right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to make it day to day. And I think that even before the quarantine, I was feeling like that about making plans like super long term in advance. I think I have like a vision of where I would like my life to go. But earlier in my 20s, I used to be like super like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And then if you get there and that doesn't happen, then you really start to feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling that life. Oh my God, I'm trash. And I'm just kind of like over that. In my goals wise, you know, I tell stories for a living, so I would like to do that more. But I try not to be like super in depth, in detail about the capacity of what I want it to be, because I think that leads to a lot of letdowns and things later. So I'm just kind of, you know, going with the flow. I got a couple businesses. There's some things I like to happen with that. You know, hopefully we're still doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And that's
making money from it. Okay.
It blow-up-shawated by then. We're gonna be big time. You feel me? With in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? With a tour and everything.
Hey,
you know?
I'll take that.
So maybe a talk show, maybe something. I don't know, something. You know, the sky's the limit. But that's how I feel about the 10-year plan. So yeah, we'll see. I'm keeping myself open. Okay. So that's that. Let's see. Based on the conversation we were just having, shoot, where's the question I'm looking for?
While she looks fine, did you talk about your tenure? Vaughn?
You said kind of. You said traveling.
It was traveling. That's what I thought. Okay.
Because I would have wanted to have at least 2 more books out by then.
Ooh.
Come on. Vaughn's an author. If you ain't know, Vaughn's an author. If you ain't know.
Yo, if you got some young girls, purchase her book. If you're a woman that need to walk through some purity in dating, purchase her book. It is dope. You need to remind yourself of your value. Purchase her book. It's dope. And it's available on ebook, so you ain't even got to wait for it. Okay. That little plug. You can go to Ivana.com for that.
You can get it, okay?
Yeah.
Your Daughter of the King, right here. Look at this cover. Vaughn designed all this by herself, okay?
She published it by herself.
Hello. So,
what? You know what that sounds like? That's like, are you in your bag, sis? She in her bag, sis? Oh, Jamaica. Jamaica said, you want babies in 10 years? Oh!
I'm a boy mom. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a total boy mom. But I just want a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
One little girl. It looks like me. And I want to adopt. I want 2 more. I want to birth 1 more, and I want to adopt 1.
Okay.
What are some of y'all 10-year goals? Leave them in the comments. I'm just curious, but we'll also read them out. Some community vibe going. I love this question.
Oh.
What's the best thing? The best thing about being a Black woman?
Hey!
Oh, that is a really good question. Oh, shout out to whoever sent that question. That is a really good question. I ain't gonna answer it first.
Anyone? I can.
The fact that yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, I had curly hair and today I have locks, and I can have a flow, and then the month after that I can have a press, and I can have natural lips that people try to buy. We said
say that one more time.
Natural lips people try to buy. That I used to be so insecure about when I was a child, because when you're 10 with these, that's not, hot. But this day and age, people pay for the things that we have naturally, and like we're trendsetters.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The list goes on and on.
Okay. Yes, it is a great question. Shout out to Ray Knight for that question, by the way.
Thank you.
The best. This is what I said. It's hard. It's a hard question because it's so many things. I love that I'm probably gonna look 12 for the rest of my life. Okay. Melanin is the greatest gift ever. Okay. We don't know no ugly old Black women. That's what we don't have. Mm-hmm. Nobody's granny is looking like, ooh, nope. Okay. We age gracefully and we age beautifully. Okay. I love that. Mm-hmm. And then for me, what else? I think, and we kind of talked about this. Thank you, Jess, for bringing that up earlier. You were talking about that. Sometimes you present like people think you're tougher than you really are, right? And like they don't take your vulnerability into consideration. Which I think as younger Black women, like now we're starting to like embrace our more vulnerable sides and be like, it's okay if we don't have it all together. But we also come from a community and pillars of strength, okay? I don't know, no Black women, our moms, our aunties, we just come from a long line of just
look like,
listen, is there anything you can't do? Is there anything you can't have? You know what I'm saying? Like, you better get out here and you better represent us well. So being able to tap into the like strength and dignity, okay, and grace and class and everything that goes with being a Black woman is wonderful. What y'all saying in the comments?
Someone told me today I was well preserved.
Yeah.
That's true. Well preserved.
Yes. You guys in the hashtag is awesome. I'm gonna talk on a global level. Cause listen, I didn't get traveling globally. Let me see, or internationally. Wow, globally, internationally. Let me see how other cultures see us and how they want to be like us. And I was like, yo, we are a gift. And it's not like, oh, Black people as in African descent or Black people in London, Black people in China. No. Black Americans, Black people from America. Our style and everything translates across this globe. And there are tons of people trying to do our style. And they're not trying to be disrespectful with it. They just admire us that much. And I was like, yo, all this time I'd be like, I don't want to wear no cornrows because they da-da-da-da-da-da. But yo, in Australia, they rocking it. They rocking box braids. They doing dreads. You know what I mean? And it's never to ridicule us, but it's just in admiration, And I was just like, yo, it made me even more proud. Like I saw it in Denmark. I saw it everywhere. I saw it a lot in London, but London have like Black gangs and everything. So like I saw it a lot everywhere, and it just made me just really appreciate being Black. And when I say Black, I mean American Black, because they don't call them Black everywhere else.
Create our own culture. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like our culture was taken from us.
There you go.
Everything that we don't know, like we don't know. That's why I love being in Africa, because when we were in Kenya, one of our guides, she was literally telling me and Melody, she was explaining to us what part of Africa we looked like we came from based on our bone structure and our hair. You know what I mean? And just getting that lesson was amazing because we don't know, like, we have no idea. We get our ancestry done and we get an idea of where we come from, but we don't really know. So the fact that Black Americans, we've created our own culture, we've created our own, you know what I mean, our own style and our own way because we've had to. Like when there's like different TikToks and people are doing their cultures and I'm like, I'm going to do that one and people are probably going to be mad, but it's going to be the truth. And, you know, people are like doing like their leis when they're from Hawaii or doing their African garb, you know what I mean? It's like, I have bamboos. That's my culture. Like, you know what I mean? It is great that we get to learn about Africa and we know exactly where we come from. I mean, we don't know exactly where we come from, but that we can learn where we come from. Sorry, my words are all backwards in my head. But the fact that we don't know 100% and we can't, like, I look at weddings and I'm like, yo, people have weddings and they have like these cultural dances and stuff, and it's like we had the electric slide, you know.
That's our culture, though.
That's our culture, though.
Which
the Nigerian weddings be lit, okay?
Right. Which I think Jamaica said here, Kim K too. But see, the problem with Kim, and I know she agrees with this, is that Kim don't give credit when credit's due. That bride needs to start, put us in the hashtags, tag your, all of them, but mostly her. Because she did that whole thing with Naomi Campbell, like emulating her style and everything and her dresses and stuff. I was like, yo, you need to need to tag Naomi and say thank you, okay? Okay? The box braids, I don't know who put them in your hair. Y'all need to tell these, y'all stylists tell you who so y'all can give a thanks. Big shout out and thanks. You know, I'm just saying, don't take my culture. We worked hard for what we got, you know?
That's that for going to school in boxer braids.
Boxer braids. I said, fam, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Right.
Because there's a difference between cultural admiration and cultural appropriation. Okay? And if you are appropriating, we're going to have a problem. Okay? There's a way to do things, to say, oh my gosh, I'm paying homage to these people or their culture or whatever. But don't be out here trying to take credit for things that are not yours. Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to come for you.
Right. One other thing, though, that I like about being Black is pulling out my Black card. So I had a little talk on Instagram before about laying on the horn. And I said, look, y'all don't know horn etiquette. Let me teach you. Because you mess around and lay on that horn to the wrong person like me, and I'm going to be looking at you like, when you pass. So when people be like trying to cut me off and stuff, like, and they're just like, nah! And I'm like, dude, what's up with you, your day? But boy, oh boy, when they go ham, I be like, let me slow this card down.
Slow it down.
And then I look and I literally go, and they just be like, I'm like, yeah, pull that card out, let them know you don't want to play it. You don't want none of this. You don't remember this card right here. So that part I do like, where I could just like look at a person and they just chill out because they scared already. So
there's a balance. There's a you could be fear. You could turn on the fear factor.
Yeah.
Or you could turn it up or turn it down.
Yeah.
There's level. As Amanda Seals would say, how Black am I gonna have to get? You know what I mean? Depending on the situation.
Right.
But use discernment, but I love being Black. What can I say?
Yeah, man.
Stay hydrated.
We are staying hydrated. I probably need a little more than this, but seriously, stay hydrated out here, people. Drink your water. We talked about that. Of course.
Yeah, Crystal's had 3-day wedding.
3 days.
Who has a 3-day wedding? Yeah. Okay.
And them Nigerians, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, they sure do.
Hello.
Yep.
I don't want no 3-day wedding, but I do want a 12-hour wedding.
12 hours?
Just for the piece and have a party.
You would do that?
This is the thing. I want all my people to just get like have a whole bunch of fun out there. Like when I'm taking my pictures, I do not want them just waiting around like this cocktail hour is boring. Yo, I'ma have it so lit. When I'm not there, it needs to be lit when I'm not there. So when I walk in, it's just like a whole party. The vibe is already set. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. Like, I've done a lot of weddings, and I've attended a lot of weddings, and sometimes that's the thing that they forget is when they go take pictures, what is everybody else doing? And then it's kind of lame, and it's like, I have to stay here. But a lot of times I'll be wanting to leave after people's ceremony because I'll be like, this cocktail hour that you got here is whack, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Your parents had a 3-day wedding?
My parents had a 3-day wedding. That's my mom in the comments talking about she had a 3-day wedding.
She did.
They did. You know, they was in New York in the 80s. It was a crazy time. But yeah, because they got married in Detroit, so they had to like have all their homies travel. So I think they did like the bachelor party and the bachelorette parties, and then the wedding, and then they did like a kickback in like my grandparents' backyard or something. It was like a barbecue. So, and then at some point, weren't y'all on Grandpa's fishing boat or something? I don't know. Pam is bougie, so
she did it right.
She's very bougie.
Sears said African weddings last 10 to 12 hours. Look, listen.
You know it.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a turn up. But look, what I will not do, and I'm not gonna have none of the bridal party or the groomsmen do this either. I'm not standing up there during the ceremony for 2 hours. Because there are some coaches, they just stand. And I forgot which one. I've seen some videos where people are passed out standing up there. I'm not going to do that. Like, let's make the ceremony quick. I don't need I'm not saying 10 minutes because this is a very important part. But we don't need to be standing up here for 2 hours. Like, I want 12 hours of fun. Or 10 hours of fun.
Yeah. The last few weddings I've been to have been, the ceremony was real quick. And I was like, yes. I said, because being Black and of the Christian faith, I done been to some long weddings, you feel me? But I was like, this is real quick. I was like, this is what 15, 20 minutes? They was like, all right, then let's go party. I said, well, amen and amen. Okay? So,
your mom said fishing boat. My bougie is bigger than that. It must have been a yacht. You got it wrong, girl.
It was not no yacht.
It might have been, girl.
Fishing boat?
Not a fishing boat is very small, just like a 2-persons or maybe a 4-person. It's like a canoe almost.
Crazy boats. What was it, Pam? Then you tell them what it is in the comments. You want to talk about you had a 3-day wedding with no details? So tell the people. I wasn't there. I don't know. I wasn't there. Anywho, so it wasn't a fishing boat. It was a yacht, I'm sure, or an ocean liner. I don't know, Pam. Tell us.
Mike said my third wedding was 12 minutes. What?
12 minutes. Hey, get in, get out. Listen, some people, they're just not about the big ceremonies either. They're just like, let's get this thing done, you know, and get on with our lives. I'm like, I feel you on that too. Shoot. It was a small yacht, your mom said. See, I knew it. I knew it was a yacht. See, I got you, Miss Pam.
I'm glad so.
What's the next question?
Let's see. Let's see. Wait a minute. I'm trying to pick a goal. I mean, okay. Most memorable memory of your childhood and one from your adulthood.
Oh, snap.
A twofer.
My most memorable memory from my I have two I'm trying to choose from.
You can do
Tell them both.
That was all.
Is going to Niagara Falls. I was in awe because I'm usually afraid of stuff like that and like really big things. And one of my grandma's best friends, Aunt Jen, she was my bestie. Like, I loved her so much. And number one, I never wanted to be away from my mother. So the fact that I went with her for a week to Canada was already a feat. But then when we went to Ripley's, believe it or not, and then we went to see Niagara Falls, and it was just so beautiful. And I remember it just being like amazing. And then my other one would be going to Cape Cod. I am bougie, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, when all my friends were going down south for the summer, me and my mom and my godparents, we would go to Cape Cod.
Hey.
I am bougie. And we go shopping and just like eat seafood, and we rent a cabin, and I appreciated growing up in the inner city, my mom and my godparents and my grandma and like my family, they always made sure that we had experiences that kids with money. I don't even know how to say it, because it's not even black or white thing, because in New Haven there's black kids with money, whatever. But they always made sure that I had experiences that other kids who were more well off had, so that I would not be uncomfortable in different situations. So I appreciate it, even though we didn't have a whole lot. I didn't feel like it growing up, because we always did cool stuff.
Yes,
Hillary.
It's so crazy. I'm gonna tell you the first thing that came to mind, because clearly it's memorable. It may not be fun, but it was memorable. Y'all, and that's how I got this mark above my eye, this scar. I know. It's just the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, you can't say that, but I was like, clearly it's the most memorable if it came to your head. And I was I don't know if you guys you probably did have that little horsey that it had like bungee cables, and it connected to like a frame, like a metal frame. Yeah, you could sit on it and just bounce it all in the center, right? So we had one of those, and I think my mom was like, go clean up the backyard. And I was like, I don't want to. And I was from the front yard going into the backyard, and my eldest sister was like, my elder sister, she a rebel. And so she didn't want to do it either, but she was leading me, and I was stomping like straight up high knees. I don't wanna. And I hit the back of that thing, the back where the metal, because, the frame, hit the back, and the front came up, and pow! And let me tell you, it hit, and I was gushing out. I am so thankful it hit. Oh, yeah, I can't say it. But it hit like right above. No, it didn't hit the eye at all. It hit above, so the brow bone. And it was bleeding real good. And I ran inside. And my sister was like, oh. I ran inside. Told my mom she had to rush me to the hospital. While I was smiling, though. Because I didn't have to clean the
backyard. I was like,
I didn't have to clean the backyard. My sister did. And I was like, I ain't have to clean though. I came back like,
oh, that is hilarious.
So that's my most memorable as a kid.
I would say for me, mine is probably, I don't know how old I was, but I had a birthday party because I was born in New York, and then I moved to Cali when we were like 6. So a lot of my friends from New York sort of migrated out here too. So we had like a really cool birthday party. So one of my birthday parties, I got to like actually be the Pink Ranger. Like, she was my favorite, but I got to like be the Pink Ranger. So like my friend's mom had bought me this whole outfit, like the helmet, like the whole outfit. I was on my bike. I was like just smashing on my bike, like, woo, I'm out here, boy. So I was like, I was the Pink Ranger. That was like one of my favorite birthdays. And then I wasn't a kid, but this is like one of my most like potent memories of high school. My high school graduation, I went to like a very small high school. It was like maybe 500 or so kids. And when I was graduating, because of my bougie mother with the small yacht boat, they told us that we could only have a certain number of tickets at graduation, which they tell everyone at all graduations. And she was like, I think it was maybe like 10, maybe 5, maybe 10, I don't know, something. She was like, no, that's not going to work. So we had a room in one of our buildings. We had this room called Huerta that was like just a little space where we would meet to like gather and like we had this class called Mysteries, which was pretty much like group therapy. They would just ask us questions, and we would like talk through our weeks and our feelings and our memories and all that stuff. So my mom was like, no, we need a small room for Jessica's guests at graduation. So my principal was like, what? She was like, you need a room. So she got Huerta for like my whole family and friends. She got food in there, like all of our family members. She did like a live feed from outside in the courtyard while we were graduating into the room. So when my principal called my name, he was like, Jessica Williams. He said, I want to hear everyone in that back room. And I was like, dang, he really had to put me on a front street. But I remember after I got my diploma and I came around the back, like everybody that was in that room was in a big group behind the stage, and like so it was like a big like family memory. So I love that one too.
How about your mama be pulling out the stops though? How she be doing that? Be like pulling people's arms. Your mom is the one that'll get VIP Coachella tickets a week before it starts. Like how? I mean, how? Coachella's next week. How did you do this? I know a guy.
My 8th grade graduation tickets.
You said what?
My mom, she photocopied my 8th grade graduation tickets and just made more at work.
See, these are the things.
This is paper.
Don't make it paper. Exactly.
These are the things you love about Black women. Resourceful. Like, no, that's not gonna work. This is what we gonna do.
5. What are we doing?
5.
Oh, it's a paper? Shop by. I'm bringing it to work. She
Xerox.
photocopied them.
I love it. Shout out to Ms. Denise for that. I love it. So, resourcefulness. Black women. Again, we're not gonna do that. What about adult memorable moments? Anybody got one?
It's a hard one.
It's a hard one.
The child ones that are like popping up in my mind.
Right, the child like bubble up. I would probably say for me, but I did a short film called My Critic, which is about exactly what it sounds like, my journey with my inner critic. And follow us at My Critic Movie on the gram to stay up to date with what's going on. And I would just say being at the premiere of that, there's like a very memorable moment. Y'all were there. Some of the people in the comments were there. Thank y'all for y'all support and love. Just because it was a big moment of me exposing myself and exposing my story, and to have that much love and support was a great thing. So I have to say that's one of my memorable adult moments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have one.
Go ahead.
One of my most memorable adult moments is my first music video set. I think I told y'all a little bit about this story. I did my first video. It was Swiss Beats Bigger Business, and so there were 1,000 people in the video, right? Whether they were on the song or just there. And so one of the people who was there was Diddy, and so
I love Diddy.
And so I was already nervous. Like, I didn't know it was my first video. And usually when you book your first video, you're never like a lead. You're like background or whatever. But I booked lead my first video. They didn't even know it was my first one. I was like, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? And so I had to be a casino girl. And so I had to go get fitted for the little outfit they had on us. And so I walk in the wardrobe room, and Diddy's sitting in there in his drawers.
Oh, Sean.
On his next tail, like,
he was daddy back then. Puff Daddy.
He was like, "Hey, what's up?" And just stood up, shook my hand, said, "What's up? How you doing?" I was like, "Hello, sir." Just the boxer briefs, just chilling. All right, cool. But then, as I was waiting, I was standing there like this, waiting to get fitted, and his dog comes over. Her name was Honey. Oh my gosh, she was so cute. She had on a diamond collar. Cost more than my neon I drove there in, and she stood next to me the whole time. And he was like, "Yo, you must be good people, because my dog don't like people. Like, if she don't know you, she don't mess with people like that." And so it just made me feel so comfortable. Number one, because he was just like, whatever. He wasn't bougie. He was real down to earth. He was super nice, super cool, super chill. And then his dog approved of me. Then like all day he was like making sure like I was good. I had to then get out of the makeup chair for Ron Isley. That was another part of that story. They were like, "Can you get a I was like, "Oh, okay." And then years later, we were helping find girls for a music video for Diddy. One of my girlfriends was, and we went out to dinner and stuff with him and went to the club. And when we were at the club, I ended up telling him about that experience. I was like, "Yeah, my first video, you made me feel really comfortable because number one, you had your drawers on." I said, number two, I was like, "Your dog Honey, she was following me around set all day." He was like, "Yo, I remember that." And so him and I were like chopping it up or whatever. But just being in the industry that people hate so much and that always has like a bad rep, like I always had really good experiences. And for my first experience to be that one, was really a good adult memory for me. Because you could have a bad experience my first time and then be like,
done with it.
I'm good.
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I remember my dog. She liked you. I was like, how do you know? When she died, I cried. I was like, that's my
Diddy with the diamond collars.
Mm-hmm.
Diamonds.
I was like, my neon probably costs less than that thing.
Diddy excellence. That's
Diddy excellence.
Diddy excellence.
That's the goals.
That's our tag. We want to do everything in Diddy excellence. Diddy quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have at the beginning, but we aiming for Diddy excellence. Go ahead, Jess.
It's crazy. I can't think of a highlight. I think one of the.
Nothing in your travels.
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I think one of my biggest highlights in my adulthood would be me moving to Los Angeles. I moved out here by myself. And I'll never forget when I drove that U-Haul. Well, I had somebody drive the U-Haul. Okay. But it was pouring rain on the 5. And I remember being like, if it's raining, it means good luck. It's a good thing. And that means it's going to be a great stay here in Los Angeles. And it has been. Like when I moved here, I stayed in a hotel for a week. I knew I was going to find my place. And I found a perfect place that I loved. Moved in there by myself and just figured it out. Like I was in the city and it was just great. I got a ticket, like average at least one ticket a month. And so it was like bi-weekly because there was no parking. So, you know, you got to switch your car and all that. But I wanted to live that life and I did. Yeah. Huh?
Downtown, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Trash.
Yeah, it is. And so paying $70 every 2 weeks is just like, I could pay for parking somewhere, but there was no parking anywhere nearby. So, but I really did enjoy my time there. And then during that time, eventually I ended up at Hope's house and stuff, and that's how I met y'all. So like, I don't regret moving to LA. It is probably one of the best decisions I made. And so, and also made me feel strong. Like I really feel like I can get up and move anywhere as long as I got $3,000 in my bank account. I was like, $3,000 and a job is all I need. But real talk, I'm like, I don't even need the job. I just need money to get through until I get a job. So yeah, just made me stronger.
So
where we are.
If we get to the next question, then how we meet?
Right.
Mm.
If you can believe it, it's actually 6. So listen, much like the pastors, we didn't want to be before you long. You feel me? So it is 6 almost, and you want to be mindful of your time. So let's see. I mean, I think that's a cool question. So, I guess close it out. Do y'all want to hear? Can we do one more question? Are y'all down with one more question? Let us know in the comments. Because if you feel like you got somewhere to be, then we gonna let you be there. But we all know y'all in the quarantine, so y'all let us know.
We have 14 questions, y'all.
We can always come back and do this again, but I want to be respectful of your time.
You're so nice. I was like, they gonna stay. No, just play. I'm joking, guys. I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. I didn't know it was an hour. It didn't feel like it.
I was like, we've been talking. You know, we got a little bit of glitch. Y'all one more question? Keep going. Let us know. Okay.
Keep going. All right. If the guy at the 2 is in Paris or in France says keep going, and it's like 3 a.m. now for him.
Okay, keep going. All right.
Well, thank you for being considerate, Jess. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. Thank you.
I was just talking. I was like, oh.
In agreement with, another one. Let's go.
I got more questions. We bored.
We in the house bored in the house, and we in the house bored. I love that song.
All right, so then one of y'all, what y'all want? What question should we? Do we want to go net or not? We want to just sign. Okay. All right, so who wants to start? So we all met in LA. If y'all don't know that part, okay? Y'all met here in the city of angels, okay? through various experiences. So we all had previously attended the same church. So shout out to Hope's House. If any folks that are still there, folks that formerly went there, shout out to Hope's House. So we all met there. But we didn't really all like know each other. I am a nerd, but I was definitely a music video nerd specifically as a kid. Like I would literally watch like music videos for 12-hour blocks straight, just like study all the directors. Like I was a nerd. So I knew Vaughn from her video days. Okay. And so I don't know if I was like necessarily starstruck when you came, but I was like, I know who that is. Like I was like, I know that girl. I was like, she was in some of my favorite videos. Because let's say this, okay? If y'all don't know, Vaughn has just done the Don't Rush Challenge, okay? For the video vixens. These are the women in the early 2000s who was in videos that had storylines. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, when it was the Chris Robinsons and Hype Williams, you know what I mean? When they was really actually trying to craft well done music videos. Not just tip drill, though, you know, no disrespect to the people. I love the tip drill. So I knew Vaughn from that, and I just would kind of like see her around church. Same with Jess. When she came, we would just kind of see each other around church. So that's the like very surface version. So who wants to pick it up now in terms of when we got closer?
No, I'm going to tell you how I met Vaughn.
Yes.
Because mine lines up with yours. So I was new at the church. And it was some Sunday. I remember her outfit and everything. And I turned, because I also, similar to Jess, I loved videos and stuff. But I also remember a face. I would never forget a face. I may forget your name, but won't forget your face. And she came out of like one of the far doors and was coming towards me. And I swear I was like, and this is what I always tell her. That's the window shopper girl. She's like, it's not that video. That's not the video I was in. But she knows which video I'm talking about. Right. But when I saw her, and then let me tell you, this just added to exactly who she is in her bourgeoisie ways. Okay, let me tell you. She had some red gloves up to yay high. She said the blood of Christ is on these things, okay? And there was satin, okay? So it just added to the persona in my head. Like, this is a beautiful woman that does a great job in the video. She never looked trashy, okay? So I was just like, wow. And so it just added to, because there was a lot of people at Hope's House that were in the industry in some form or fashion. And I remember seeing people worship, and I'm like, is that the guy from Barbershop? Is that Shantae? And then I see Video Vixen. I was like, this is crazy. And when she came out, I was like, look at her hair. I was like, she's slow-mo. She was slow-moing. And I was like, oh, wow. And then after that, because I didn't say anything to her then, and then after that, we were in the same ministry, children's ministry, or teen for me and Jess. And I always saw her in the park. Like, if we were in the park, like I saw you, we went to a beach thing. I don't know if it was like 4th of July, and we were in a lagoon, and there was a park, and you was on the ground, on the grass, laying down. I was like, I'm tired. And you had your hair was big and had like brown tips, and I was like, she on the floor. And then we had a family picnic for church. And where was you? On the floor. You was like, I'm tired. It was a long day today. I taught them kids. And I was like, that's when I talked to you. And I was like, oh, hi. Yeah. You were on the grass last time when I met you. And you was just like, oh, yeah. I'll be tired.
I can sleep anywhere. I don't care.
She goes to sleep anywhere. And so I was like, wow, she's really cool. And I think that's when I was just like, I took away like what your job may have been and really just saw you, because you was like, I go to sleep anywhere. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, she seems like really cool, down to earth. And then the way I met Jess is Jess actually trained me for children's church for them teens. And she told me, listen, don't let them play you. And I said, oh, okay. And I came in just always with that in my head. They're going to try to play you, sweet girl. And so she built me tough. And then I went in and they weren't like that. And it was nice, but it was good that she built me tough and got me ready. And so that was like my first interaction with Jess. I got to shadow her and stuff. But Jess is like the strong, silent type until you get really close to her. Then she opened up. So that's how I met these two ladies.
And then for me, I was training for Kids Church. Jessica, Miss Pam, was my mentor for Kids Church. She was training me. I wanted to go hold babies and like change diapers, and Miss Pam was like, "Oh no, you're gonna come shadow me for 4th and 5th grade." And I was like, "Oh."
Say what?
Wait, what now?
And so I shadowed Miss Pam, and then I ended up teaching 4th and 5th grade. But then my son, Cristiano,
that's a Christian. Hey,
that's my guy.
Like my baby was in their class, so they were his teachers, and he absolutely loved them. Like there were certain weeks I didn't have to force him to go to church.
Oh,
they would teach it, or if it was brother to brother, you know what I mean? So he loved them as teachers, and so then they were his teacher. They thought I was his sister, which is funny. Well, Jesse thought I was his sister, and
he was so offended when I told him, "Oh, your sister?" He was like, "Okay." He was so offended. He did not like that.
Again, black does not crack. Hello, there we go. The attributes of what you love about being a black woman. Go ahead.
Right. Oh yes, Rhonda, I met you at the Tony Yayo video.
Oh, that's the video I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one. She always says window shopper, but we know what she is.
50 got us McDonald's because the catering was
nasty.
Curtis got y'all McDonald's?
Stories in McDonald's. That's so funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I will sleep anywhere. And then we ended up, after all the kids' church and all that stuff, we ended up in a discipleship program. Supposed to be like a year to 14 months. Ours was like a year and a half. It was called Me Management. So it's where you literally dig up every piece of your life over the course of 14 months. Ours was a little more, whatever. We had to dig a little deeper. So we were in the discipleship together. And so these two ladies probably know the most about me because we shared everything. So it's me and men, me and women, me and success, me and God. Like, you go over all those parts of you, and you share that. And so you're together every week, and plus studying time on the weekends or whenever you want. You're together for that long time. So people always can tell, like, our group from our class, people always know, like, we can tell you guys were Me Management together because to this day, like, we graduated, 2013, and to this day, we are, which is coming at the 13th of this month, will be our graduation day. Or May 6th, something. It's this month. People can always tell those of us who took that class together in our group, specifically, because we are, whatchamacallit. Oh, you said we met before that. Oh, wait, was the Kanye thing before that, Rhonda? Before the angel thing you cast me for? Oh. So we met before. So we met and got closer in Me. Like, that's where our relationship really got, solid.
Me Management was legit like something like trying to cross for a sorority without the abuse. The hazing that doesn't really happen. It's just, because I feel like you go through all the emotions. You go through the highs and you go through the lows. That part of like how crossing would be like. And so there's a bond that you create in Me Management if everyone's willing to go there, which we all were. And so our bonds are a little deeper. And even if we don't talk and stuff, if we see one of our other sisters, it's like an immediate connection. But definitely, because y'all know some things about me that nobody else do, and vice versa. And I trust y'all with so much more because of how much you've already seen of my heart, my inside, my brokenness, and y'all see me be put back together again. So yeah. Shout out to that great discipleship, okay? Mentorship.
And for those of y'all that like might not be familiar with,
different kind of hazing. Exactly. That's what I said.
It's a different kind of, right? It's a different kind of hazing.
Different type.
Who might not be familiar with that? So like, in church culture, right? Like you all come together on Sundays and you do, your church service, and then you usually go home, and then you come back again for like maybe a midweek service where you're all trying to sort of break down and learn, the principles of the faith, the principle of the Bible, or whatever the subjects are for the week. But usually, well, I would say that it behooves you to go a little deeper than just the general service. So sometimes churches have what's considered small groups, right? So smaller groups where people, meet and chop it up and talk about either Bible stories or principles or various things. And so in this discipleship program, which was just for women, I don't know if they have ever had one for the men, but it was just for women. And so you put these women together and you rally around sort of these principles of the Bible as it relates to specific things in your life. So that's when Ivana was saying me and women, or me and men, or your relationship to me and money. So it really takes you through all the sort of deeper parts of your life and sort of applies, the word of God and the principles and the things that we believe in our faith to that specific area. And then within that, we had to like pray together week by week. So like they would break us off, and like me and Vaughn would pray, and then Vaughn and Jess would pray, and then maybe we have to do something collectively in terms of doing a community service project or something of the like. So it's about not just strengthening your faith, but also, encouraging you in your bonds and friendship, sister, etc., etc. So
Dre still bragged about our graduation.
Because it was bomb.
We worked hard for that graduation, and we didn't get to do it again in the general church congregation. I remember we were trying to get it together, but they couldn't get it.
But you know what? Because of our graduation, that's why I be testing out all of this like streaming services and stuff. Because back then it was Streamly, and it would not happen for us. And we had our family members across this country trying to tune in, and we could not. My heart was broken, and I was like, okay, never again. So, yeah.
And I think even now, like that. We can still see the results of it, right? So even though it was long and it was a long process and it was hard, and like any other thing, like don't just think just because like, oh, it was a Christian group, like people was butting heads, like people got into some stuff, you know what I mean? Like we're very much human. And I think that, the bonds of that we still feel. That's how we're able to do something like this podcast where we're like, just real raw and honest. And I feel like that had we not gone through that process, maybe this wouldn't be happening, So I'm very grateful for that time.
Right. Later, Rhonda.
Bye, Rhonda.
Yeah, she's on.
Man, we got more questions, but I feel like.
Well, did y'all see?
What y'all want to do? Y'all ready to go? Y'all got to eat dinner? What's happening? She's in Atlanta.
Well, look. Seer asked a question earlier. Now, look, I don't even have an answer for this yet. I haven't thought about it, but maybe we can answer his question in here. And it is, who is your most influential black man? Celebrity, politician, whatever it be, but who is your most influential black man?
Oh my God. That was my first thing I thought when I saw the question.
Aww.
My God, Dad, he's amazing. I wrote it in my book, but until I had a real relationship with Christ and compared my husband to Christ, that's who I still do. I compare my husband to my godfather because he's amazing.
That's amazing.
Definitely an awesome man.
That's a good question.
My favorite.
Man, just one? I have so many.
Well, how about you name them all? Because I can't think of none. Okay, and I'll just nod my head in agreement. Okay.
Barack Obama, of course.
Of course, Barack. Of course.
Nipsey for what he did for LA. Barack for what he did for the world.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, I think, because I don't want to be specific because I know people will be in their feelings. Yeah, I just feel like there needs to be a balance of that. I know we bigged up black women so much, but Black men don't be getting their dues, man.
No,
they prop.
No.
For the ones that are good, which we will
The
be
ones that are trash are trash.
right.
And they need
We'll
to be
talking
called out.
about
Our next series.
our next group of episodes will be about that. But yeah, I think the strength of Black men is important. The vulnerability of Black men is important if they get to a place in a space where they can do that. Black men survive and have to endure so many things. We were actually just talking about this the other day, and I don't want to give too much away about the next set of episodes, but that I feel like we need each other. We complement each other well, and I think that because of systemic racism and the things that we face as Black people, oftentimes when Black men and Black women get together, they end up taking all that stuff out on each other. Mm-hmm. But that's the time when we need to like unify and be one, because healing comes from having those experiences between Black men and Black women, because Black men are the only people who can understand what it means to be Black, right? Like, no tea, no shades, all the interracial couples and all of that, you know what I mean? No tea, no shade. But, there's something to be said about that shared bond and that shared experience. And so, like I said, I don't want to name names, but I think it's very important. I think some of the ones we named are cool. I love Kendrick, I love J. Cole, there's so many people that I could name. But anyway.
We love Jadena.
We love Jadena. We done already started with that.
Because them sitting there, him and Boris and all of them trying, like, building the freeway to Africa, I'm like, the highway to Africa, I really appreciate that, because I think there's a number of people who we know about Africa, duh, but not knowing that, no, they're opening it up for dual citizenship, or this is this, and we're celebrating 400 years of independence, or whatever it be, or 40 years of independence. All of those things is just like I looked at it like, yo, I think there's a big group of people now who, if you dare tell us go back to Africa, we like, okay, peace. Bye. Are you going to buy the ticket? Who buying it? Because I'll be out. Like, it's not a bad thing,
I'll my Emirates, so just add to my points.
Okay.
Just the role of leadership that a lot of them are stepping into. Akon is literally building Wakanda, like, as we speak, with like its own currency. So I like to see Black men step up into that role, but it takes a lot of work to get there, right? Because we all know there's a lot of systems and structures that will have them not be put on pedestals and platforms, or there's a lot of things to get in your way and distract you as you grow. So for the Black men that's out there that's doing it, really doing it,
big ups.
We got love for you. We got love for you over here. I can't tell you about elsewhere.
But these three ladies here, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. One more for the wrap up. There's so many in there, though.
There's so many. We got to do this again, and we thank y'all for vibing with us.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one more, and then we're going to save some of these, you know what I mean, for the next live.
The husband list.
Can we do... If we were a song, which song would we be?
Ooh.
That was another one from Ray Knight. That's my brother.
Thanks, Ray
Knight.
Knight.
I made that question.
So we'll do this one. And then we'll let y'all get on. But next time we promoting this, please help us. Let us know. We had so much fun in the first one. Y'all should come.
So come.
So we're doing this pretty consistently. All right. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Juan, you got one?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
The Other Half.
What you do? Sorry. You made me cry. I love that song.
Yes,
Why?
sis.
Sorry. I love that song.
Whenever I hear that song, I just see myself in the video, and y'all know I've been like fasting and praying for my husband like really hard as of late, and so whenever I hear that song, I'm just like, where's my other half, Lord?
Yes.
I love that.
You're first like this, and then like
okay, God, the Judge Judy.
Crystal is off the chain. She says, "Sing it."
Play it, but I ain't gonna sing it.
Not just sing it. Come on, Crystal.
Here.
You know,
Look, that's not
we want folks to stay.
right. Know your wrong. Know what you can do. Know your strength.
Right.
I dance
Come on.
to it. I know that. I could do that. Savage remix dance, one of them.
Hey.
Yeah, shout out to that Savage remix, which is now officially Beyonce's song. Let's be T.I. clear.
Yeah.
That's definitely Beyonce.
Megan was a guest on her song that was formerly her song. Okay, Beyonce did that. I thought about this question long and hard, and I thought it was like, oh, I heard this song yesterday on the show, so I thought about it, but I was like, oh, it's influencing my decision. Then I was like, nope, that's it. Kendrick Lamar's DNA. It's just something about that record that I love so much. And I feel like I was listening to it today, trying to like come up with the reason why I feel like that's me. Just because I feel like I come from really solid stock, not perfect stock, and I think that's what I like about that record. It's like, you know, we all come from whoever we come from, whatever we have in our family lines, like issues, problems, dysfunction. But to really believe like that I have royalty in my DNA, like I come from somewhere, I am somebody, and like I'm really pressing towards that. And even the things in my DNA that might not be, you know, I might feel like it's working against me, is working for me if I work it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like that it's, you know, a little ratchet. I just love the end part when Kendrick really get in the zone and you really just be rapping at a just high caliber level, where I just be like, yes, bro. And I just, it just resonates with my spirit, because I was like, I could be real even, but if you get me in that space, I just go off and I go off and I go off. So that's why I love that record. Jess, what about you?
Guys, I can't think of one. There's too many songs, and I was like, I need layers, guys. There's too much. I'm sorry. So I was like, this is gonna sound so lame, but I'm just gonna go with the Sierra Beauty Marks album.
Oh,
okay. I was like, it's like so.
Whole album.
The whole album, and the reason why is because in that she talks about, like, I think the first one, which is where I'm at, is her talking about the first song is that it's on her to change what's going on and her to change herself. Like, she didn't point the finger at nobody else, and everybody know her situation with Future and stuff and how that turned out. And she said, but it's on me. And so, like, I'm just really during the quarantine looking at me, you know? And so that one, and then when put that on my set, I'm like, yo, she said, yo, I'm coming for my name. And then that was like her going hard at the labels. Like, I want my name, I want all my albums, I want my rights. And I just loved how, like, she was gritty with it, like, yo, I'm getting this. And so I feel like that right now, like in a lot of places in my life right now, I'm looking at like how much I've given to corporations or whatever it be, and be like, yo, so how do I make that mine? And how do I make that mine and for my kids? And so that's where my mindset has been lately. And then, you know, she's got a lot of love songs in there and love jams and stuff for her and her man and stuff. And like when she all giddy, getting ready for the date. And I was like, that's what I'm about to be on. Giddy Sierra. And then, of course, she has the one with her and her girls. And I always feel like that way when I get over here and I be talking to my girls, either here or the other gals and stuff. And like, we're going to have the women's going to Belize and stuff and our trip. And I'm just like, yo, when you got real cool homegirls around you, surrounding you, not cool that they just agree, but they got you and they're lifting you up and they're correcting you and stuff. It's just a whole nother vibe, you know? And so I would say Sierra Beauty Marks, the whole album. So y'all know you can listen to the whole thing on YouTube. You ain't even gotta buy it or Spotify. So listen to it.
Or get them streams up. Get them streams up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, listen. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Make sure, okay, we gonna listen. We appreciate y'all spending this time.
Heck yeah.
Support this podcast. You feel me? So, make sure that you guys are. Let me type this in. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe.
You're on it right now. Come on, guys. Hit that button. You're on it. Like, I think the button is like right above. It's underneath this video. Hit the button.
Please,
come on.
Please hit the subscribe. Send it to the homies. Make sure they're subscribed. Mm-hmm. I just put at Intermission HG in the chats box. That's our IG, so make sure y'all check us out there. Like I said, the podcast is on Apple Podcast. Find us, man. Look us up. We only got a few episodes. 2 more are coming. These will be the last of the quarantine conversations, so y'all don't want to miss that. And
thank you for rocking with us, man.
thank you for rocking with us.
Yo,
This is our first live.
thank you for all those questions. Like, we have more questions. I know we didn't get to all of them, but man, y'all's questions were hella good and made us think about some other things. Like, what song am I? What? That's awesome. So thank you guys for submitting questions and just again rocking with us.
So, Vaughn, anything else you want to add?
Nah, I'm happy. I'm that kid. I'm that person that hates having birthday parties. I feel like nobody's gonna come. And so,
What's that? That's what I want to talk for you, Vaughn.
crazy because it's never happened before. But in my mind, I'm always that person that feels like nobody's gonna come. Like that was my the tech and all that. Like I was like, we've done our due diligence with the tech. You know, we didn't have sound at first. That was an easy fix. You know, I was just like, is anybody gonna show up? But you guys did, so I am appreciative. I thank y'all. Thank you so much. We enjoyed you too. Yeah, just share. Follow us on Instagram.
Come kick it again.
Yeah. Check out the episodes, so next time y'all can ask us some stuff specifically about that stuff.
And some of the questions we didn't get to, maybe we can turn these into episodes.
Oh.
I like that.
Yeah, these are all the questions we have.
Great minds, and we maybe got to like 7. But anyway.
So thank you guys.
Well, thank y'all. Y'all have a beautiful night.
Thank you.
Signing off.
Bye.